2021 is almost over, which is crazy to say. I feel like I'm still processing 2020. Can't believe 2022 is just around the corner. So I thought I would take a look back on the YouTube channel for this past year, go over how many views, how many subscribers, what my most popular video was, some things that I learned along the way. The channel has grown so much this year. It's insane. I thank you so much for all of your support. I really appreciate it. It means so much to me. I'm very excited to bring some new content to the table for next year, and I have lots of ideas that I can't wait to share with you, so be sure to stick around. And thank you for helping me build this little community of people who love movies. I can't wait to grow the channel even more, and if you're thinking about starting a channel, maybe this behind the scenes look will help answer some questions or kind of show you what it's like for a smaller channel. I was monetized this year, so not for the full year, but for most of it, so I can give you those stats as well. But thank you so much for watching, and as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. So let's go back to the very start of this year of 2021. I did start the channel in 2020, but the content I was putting out wasn't really what I focus on now, and I didn't really start doing reaction videos till October of 2020. So this year I definitely learned a lot, and yeah, let's take a quick look back on the stats. So for 2021, I had 756,000 views, which is crazy. I'm still amazed by the numbers, and it's just the support has been so great. So thank you so much for everybody who watches. I had 129,000 hours of watch time. I gained 5,000.6 subscribers, and my estimated annual revenue was $3,819.78. That is US. I'm Canadian, so it converts into Canadian dollars. Currently, YouTube taxes at 24%. So that basically takes away any conversion from the Canadian dollar. So this is basically what I got paid out in Canadian. That was over 10 months, but I will go through the month breakdown and show you those numbers as well. So if I look at January of 2021, I had 16.9 thousand views, 1.7 thousand hours of watch time, 358 subscribers, and I wasn't monetized yet. Like I said, I really started the reaction videos of October in 2020. This was still me working towards getting my 4,000 hours of watch time, my 1,000 subscribers, so I wasn't monetized in January yet. I was doing the horror movie reactions, which have been my staple on Tuesdays. I'm going to keep those going probably for a while, and I was posting bad movies. You can see Mac and Me came out in December of the previous year. I launched my reaction video to The Thing in January of 2021, and that was huge. That video did so well, which was great. I know that was a highly requested movie, and it was terrifying, but probably one of my favorites that I've seen so far. So that movie came out in January of this year, and I also started Buffy in January of this year, which is crazy. It feels like I'm in season 3 of Buffy now, and it just feels like such a constant in my life. Like, it's hard to imagine when I wasn't watching this show. Watching the season 1 episode 1 of Buffy now is kind of a little cringy for me, just because it wasn't with this background. It was with just a plain wall background, and they were a lot shorter. Like, I think that video's only 10 minutes long, as I was still learning and growing, and so I am glad that it's there. But if you compare that to my season 3 or even season 2 episodes that are out now, it's pretty different, especially considering the videos are a lot longer now as well, and I give a lot more in-depth review at the end. So it's definitely nice to see how far I've come, and yeah, it's crazy to think that Buffy was just this year. So in January, I just had the 3 playlists out. I had the bad movies, horror movies, and then Buffy. So obviously adding more videos into the schedule was something that helped my channel grow. I believe it was around March when I switched to 5 days a week, or maybe May, but we'll take a look at that month and see where it goes. In February 2021 is when I was able to reach my goal. I was monetized. I was approved for monetization, which was amazing. I was so happy to have reached that mark. And in my first month of being monetized, I made $25.49. You do need to meet a minimum amount of $100 currently to get paid out. So I didn't get paid out, and currently you get paid out the following month. So this would have been paid out in March if I would have made that threshold. I didn't. It was was my first month. I don't even think it was the full month. I think I was monetized around Valentine's Day, something like that. So I only had a few weeks, and of course, February being a short month anyway, to earn that $100, and I did not meet that mark. But I was honestly just so happy to have met that goal. I've been working towards it, and it was just such an amazing milestone, and I can't believe that just happened this year. It feels like February feels so long ago, but it was only this year. So that month I had 20,000 views, 2.5 thousand hours of watch time, 322 subscribers, and the estimated revenue was $25.49. So I believe I submitted my application to become monetized around February 10th or something like that. And then it was about a week later that I was finally monetized. And the first day that I earned money on YouTube was Thursday, February 18th, 2021. I made $2.04. I don't care how small that may seem. I was just so happy to meet that goal and to start, it was a plus. I was starting to work towards something, and it was just so exciting. And you can see, compared to the days that I post, when I didn't post. So if I didn't post for a few days, went down to 94 cents. Days that I did post would go up to $4.48. So yeah, that was really exciting month just to finally be monetized and to start earning back some revenue. I published my reaction video to They Live in February, which was also one of my favorites that I watched. Just such an interesting concept, just a really cool movie, and I finally learned where that bubblegum line came from, so that was a great one. I'd love to watch it again for the first time. At just such a cool movie. And again, I still had the 3 playlists of horror movies, bad movies, and Buffy. So since I was monetized in February, I obviously earned money in March and the following months as well. So in March, I was able to meet the monetization minimum. I made $120, so I was paid out that $120 plus the $25 that I made in February in April, because they combined the 2 months when I finally met the threshold. In March, I released the Tremors video, which did so well. That was such a fun movie with Kevin Bacon, and I definitely need to watch more in the series. I know there's a bunch of them. I don't know if the quality goes down, but I really enjoyed the first one. Even though it's not a horror movie, it was still just a fun adventure, and probably would have been scary if you would have watched it when you were younger, but I really enjoyed that one. Event Horizon came out in March as well, my reaction video to that. You can check that out on my channel if you haven't seen it, but terrifying, just so much happening in that. That one haunted my dreams for a while. I really enjoyed it, but it was just so disturbing, and Sam Neill is just amazing. I've been watching a ton of his movies lately, and they're all just so well done. I also watched Howard the Duck for the first time in March. The Fog came out, Dead Zone. It's crazy to look back and think about all these movies I watched, and even like Tremors and Event Horizon, I use different thumbnail text now, so it's curious to see. I gotta go back and change those old thumbnails. But March was a good month, and it was just nice to have a whole full month of being monetized and kind of just gauge what that was like, what the estimated outcome would be. In March 2021, I had 35,000 views, not 5.9 thousand hours of watch time. I gained 403 subscribers, and my estimated revenue was $120.08, which I was happy with those numbers. I thought that was great. I think I was just over the 1,000 subscribers, maybe 1,500, something like that, because I had just reached the 1,000 threshold in February. So I was really happy with this, and I was just so excited to see the numbers grow and grow. April 2021, I launched Patreon, which I was super excited about. I've definitely learned a lot about that platform as well. Comment below if you would like to see a Patreon video and how much I've made on Patreon, on what the platform takes away in taxes, and what my actual take-home income is from that for being a small channel as well. In April 2021, I had 31.7 thousand views, 4.2 thousand hours of watch time, 261 subscribers, and $110 was my estimated revenue. So a little bit down from the month before. I've noticed there's been like slight fluctuations, but they've all been pretty consistent, with the exception of October. When I get to October, well, I'll show you that. But with Halloween and horror movies being people who don't usually even watch horror. October is usually the time of year that they do, so we'll see a big surge when I get to October. I did my first premiere video and I was learning about that as well. So you can set an option when you upload a video to have it be a premiere, and then people are notified during that time, and you have a live chat and you can kind of interact with your audience. So I did that for the Buffy season 1 finale. It's something I should probably do again. It was a lot of fun, and it was just great to interact with people and watch along as they're watching. And I was a little nervous. I wasn't sure if anybody would show up, but it was just great to have that experience. So comment below if there's a season finale or a particular movie coming up that you would like to see me do a premiere for. I watched Miami Connection in April. That was such a ridiculous movie, but if you've seen any of my content, you know that I love terrible movies, so I was very excited about that. I also watched In the Mouth of Madness, the John Carpenter, well, what I found out was the John Carpenter trilogy, and just again, another Sam Neill movie, so great. Sleepaway Camp, which that twist ending, oh man, still sticks with me to this day, but yeah, it was a great month. Vertigo came out, and you can see my revenue for April was averaging around $3 to $5 a day. The days I didn't post obviously were lower. When I post, it'd be about $3, $4, $3. Again, I think I had these two spikes up, $7 and $7.58 were my two biggest days for that month. But again, I was just happy to be earning and excited to see where this was going to go. My top earning videos for that month were Sleepaway Camp, which earned me $6.97, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, episode 12, that season finale, $6.95, Event Horizon, which came out previously but was still a popular movie during this month, $6.91, $6.77, and $60. So all very close, just off in pennies basically. So that was great to see, just kind of the breakdown of what was being made and where that income was coming from. May 2021 is when I had the goal to start doing 5 days a week of content. So I went from 3 days to 5 days, which you can definitely see the numbers increase with my views being at 57,000, 9.7 thousand hours of watch time, 674 subscribers, and my estimated revenue was $277.73, which is basically everything doubled from the month before, or pretty close to, going from 3 videos to 5 videos. And it is obviously nice to see the work you're putting in getting results. It was a jump to go from 3 to 5, but I think I've got a good system down now. I like that format, and it definitely helps. If you're a smaller channel, posting more frequently will help you grow more often. But again, balance is also important, which I know is tricky sometimes, but don't make a crazy schedule. Like, I don't think I would ever go to 7 days a week, with the exception of October, basically, when I have, 31 days of horror content, and even December, I try to do Christmas stuff every day. So in May, I released American Werewolf in London. Great movie. I really loved that one. Rear Window. I definitely need to watch more Alfred Hitchcock stuff. That was great as well. Night of the Living Dead. Just classic. Like, all of these 5,000 views, 2,000 views, 2,000 views. Like, before that, I was getting hundreds, maybe 1,000. I used to post on social media when my video would reach 1,000 views, but then it just started happening so frequently that it became redundant, so I stopped doing that. I have yet to have a video reach, I think, 50,000 or 1 million even. That's definitely a dream of mine. I started watching Firefly in May. That came out on Wednesdays, so then I had content Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It was great adding in another TV show, as I had Buffy going as well, and I find TV shows are a little bit easier because they're shorter form content. It's a 45-minute or 50-minute episode as opposed to, a 2 or 2.5 hour video, so those are a little bit easier to edit, and it's a little bit of quicker process, so those are nice to have. It's not a break in the schedule, obviously, but it's nice to have something up that takes a little bit less time to edit. I watched The Room in May, Super Mario Brothers, Masters of the Universe, Life Force, Hellraiser 2, which was terrifying. I don't know why I agreed to watch the second one. That was a terrifying movie, but yeah, May was a crazy good month. Like, I remember American Werewolf did so well. Like, all of these reached over 1,000 views, which is crazy, and you can see the percentage average view duration, so people are staying till around 11 minutes, 10 minutes mark, which I think is great. I think that's another thing when you upload videos. People will sometimes upload a 2-minute video And that can really affect your watch time, because it's such a short piece of content, and someone might only watch 15 seconds of a 2-minute video, whereas if you upload a 30-minute video, they might watch 10 minutes of it. So the ratio of what they're watching, like they're still only watching about a third of it, but you're getting more minutes out of that. And I think with movies, it's tricky. They might watch to like their favorite part of the movie, or there's a particular scene that they want you to watch, and then once they get to that part, they're out, or people don't stay for the review at the end, whatever it might be. But I'm really happy with those numbers for sure. And that's also why I try and keep my intro pretty short, because I know people want to get to the movie. They don't want to listen to me ramble on for 45 minutes at the start of the video. I save that piece for the end with my review and my thoughts after I've watched the episode or the movie or whatever. But I think having a quick, intro and getting into it is important as well for having that retaining your watch time. So in April, I was averaging about $3 to $5 a day. It was kind of a rough average. In May, I started out kind of the same, $1, $2. And then as I started posting more and subscribers were growing and watch time was growing, I got up to $7, $8, and then down when I didn't post, and then a $12, $14, $16 day. So it definitely averaged out. I'd say it went from $3 to $5 a day to maybe $7 to $10 as a rough estimate of an average, and then obviously not posting, and then back up when I was posting. But yeah, that was great to see all that hard work paid off, and to see the increased views, and to know that the content that I'm putting out, people wanted to watch, even if it was crazy, weird movies. It was just so nice to know that people were wanting to see the same things that I was watching. So my top earning videos for May were American Werewolf in London, made me $24.79. And then everybody kind of was in the $15 to $12 range from Rear Window, Night of the Living Dead, and that's just for that month. So what's great about YouTube is once the videos are up, they're earning forever if you're monetized, and you're able to have that ad revenue. So that's just what they made in a month. The goal is to have them be evergreen, and that people can watch them and enjoy them for years to come. So it's just great that it's broken down like that, and I can see if a video didn't do well and maybe why it didn't do well. I find sometimes with TV shows, if there's a particular episode that isn't great, nobody's gonna watch just because they didn't enjoy that episode. But as part of the reaction, you have to watch all of the episodes. You don't know that it's a bad episode until you watch it, obviously, and that works both ways. Obviously, if there's an episode that everybody loves, that episode might do better. So TV shows kind of go up and down like that. In June of 2021, I had 56,000 views, 9.4 thousand hours of watch time. I was up 401 subscribers, and I had an estimated revenue of $312.97. Again, just great to see the numbers growing, and even if it is, a $50 difference from the month before, I was just so excited to know that people were watching, and just to share my love of movies with everybody. So that was just so great to see. I had the Nicolas Cage playlist going, I had Firefly, I had horror movies, I had Buffy, and I had my bad movies. So like I said, that 5 days a week definitely helped with these numbers. I feel like if I had stayed at 3 days a week, these wouldn't be where they're at. I watched Ghost Rider, which somehow turned out to be my most popular video of the year. Ghost Rider currently has 23.1 thousand views, which is 19.7 thousand more than usual. Yeah, usually my videos don't reach the 20,000 mark. Maybe they will, in 6 months from now or a year from now. But this is crazy that this one video came out this year, and it's always the videos that I never expect. Like, I remember when I was filming, there was I had the windows open, so there's some lens flare coming in from the sun outside that I was worried about. It earned me 95 subscribers, and I have 2.3 thousand hours of watch time, and so far this video has made me $51.94. So again, it's just evergreen. Once it's up, it just continues to get viewed over and over, which is crazy. And I didn't put out any advertising for this video. It was all from YouTube search, and Ghost Rider being a popular video or a popular character, I guess. I just love Nicolas Cage, so that was my motivation for watching it. Yeah, so since this came out in May, in the 7 months that it's been out, it has these crazy numbers, and yeah, you can just see this line just go up and up and up. And the only real promotion I do for videos is on social media, on my Instagram and TikTok. I have posted Google ad videos when I first first started the channel, nothing recently, and I definitely didn't do anything this year. So yeah, it's crazy to think that this is all just from people watching and then suggesting and then watching again and suggesting. And it says the average view duration is almost 6 minutes, which is a little bit shorter than usual, and it is almost a 30-minute video. But again, maybe they just watched till their favorite part. But yeah, it's always the videos you least expect. There's definitely been times where I put out a video and I'm like, this video is gonna do amazing, like I was so funny, I had such a great review, and then it gets, you know, a couple hundred views, which is still great. I'm definitely not complaining about that. And then there's other times where I put out a video and I'm like, I'm not too sure about this one, I don't feel like I was my best, maybe I was having an off day or something, and then boom, it gets 23,000 views. I'm just like, what is going on? So it's definitely a little unpredictable that way. And again, it's probably more to do with the popularity of the movie, and this being a more I didn't realize he was a Marvel character, so that probably had something to do with it as well. So in June 2021, I was still averaging between $7 to $10 a day for ad revenue, which is great. I was still happy with those numbers. You know, they weren't going up crazy, but they weren't going down either. They were being consistent, and I was happy with that. And obviously, like I said, the days that I don't post is usually lower as there's nothing new to watch. Scanners came out, and that earned me $18 in the month of June. Firefly was obviously a very popular show, and especially with it being only one season, I found there was less of a dip with the episodes, maybe one or two, but sometimes with like Buffy, if it's a 22 episode season, there might be, you know, 4 or 5 episodes that people don't love. With Firefly, maybe 1 or 2, because it was such a short and such a beloved a season, and just so gut-wrenching to know that it's done forever and there was only that one. So definitely some very loyal fans with Firefly, and with Buffy as well. Just so great to see those people in like the Buffy universe and the Firefly universe, and just to be introduced into those worlds has been so crazy. July 2021 was great. There was a nice bump and the numbers went up. I find once you start a new playlist, it usually takes about a month for it to catch on, if not longer. So at this point, I was watching Firefly. I think I was on episode 5 or 6. The bad movies playlist had been going. The horror movie playlist had been going. My Nicolas Cage movie had been up. So everybody was kind of, oh, okay, this is happening. It wasn't so new anymore. There had been time for people to realize what new content I was putting out. So I posted the Mist reaction video in July, and I also posted a clip from my reaction video on TikTok, and that clip got 24,000 views, which is crazy. So that definitely helped the actual YouTube video get more views, as well as people wanted to see the rest. I usually just post like little clips or little repurposed versions on social media, and then get the call to action to go to YouTube so they watch the full video. And as you can see, the Mist got 6,568 views, which is crazy. Definitely my highest video, I think, at that point in total, or definitely for that month. And obviously with it being such a gut punch of an ending, I feel like people just wanted to watch me be upset at that ending, as weird as that sounds. But if you've seen the movie, you obviously know what happens at the end. And yeah, it was just a lot. And even Buck Rogers, which I wasn't expecting, but again, it's like these hidden gems that everybody loves, and I don't know how many other reaction videos there are to these videos. I don't usually look that kind of stuff up. I just usually go off of what I want to watch and what I think is funny, and then add in obviously what viewers suggest and what people are commenting. And I just kind of, you know, sometimes it's on a Patreon poll as well. But yeah, I was definitely not expecting Buck Rogers to do as well as it did. Maybe it did have a huge cult following and I just didn't know about it. The Rock, another like Nick Cage movie that did really well, 4,000 views. Flash Gordon, 3,000 views. And Invasion of the Body Snatchers, probably one of my favorites of all time. So well done. Old Boy, Salem's Lot. I also watched episode 1 of The Prisoner, which has been on my list. I know I need to continue that at some point as well. And with all of those videos doing so well and getting so many views, that obviously helped my month overall. I had 89,000 views views for the month, 15,000 hours of watch time, 716 subscribers, which I think was my biggest month so far, and the estimated revenue was $401.65. So great month. I was, seeing some progress. It was great considering I'd been monetized in February and this is July already, and I've basically doubled, or if not more, what I started with. So it was just so great to see the growth, and obviously adding more videos to the schedule definitely helped that. But yeah, I was just so happy to see this growth. August of 2021, there was a little bit of a dip just because I took about a week off, and it was basically the first week I had taken off since I started the channel, but still a good month overall. 84.9 thousand views, 16,000 hours of watch time, 585 subscribers, and estimated revenue was $381. Again, you can definitely see when I posted on the 16th and then didn't post again till the 23rd. So that week there, definitely a drop, but still I'm happy with it, and I have to take breaks eventually, so it was needed. I had finished Firefly, so I was on to the Serenity movie to wrap up the season. Just such a great movie. Definitely some heart-wrenching moments for sure, and that video brought in 8,840 views, which was crazy. I figured it would be pretty popular, especially with Firefly being so popular and this movie kind of summarizing all the loose ends that the show didn't get, or trying to summarize all the loose ends the show didn't get to. So I thought that one would do well. I wasn't expecting that, but yeah, it was great to see that. Con Air did really well, 4,000 views. Barbarella, again, yeah, sometimes it's the really obscure stuff that does great, which just makes my heart so happy. That one was 3,000. Ghost Rider's still gauging about 3,000 views a month, which is crazy considering it came out in May and we're now in July. Parasite came out, another great, I really loved that one. Adventures of Buckaroo, 2,000 views. Face Off, 2,000 views. The Mist is still getting about 2,000 views. Crawl, 2,000 views. And again, the last episode of Firefly, 2,000 views. But yeah, it was just a great month overall, and even with me taking the break, it just was still nice to see those numbers for sure. Still in the same ballpark revenue for, I had a $20 day, which was great, and I think this was the day Serenity came out. Yeah, Serenity and an episode of Buffy came out on the same day, so I earned $37.45, which I feel like was my highest earning day at this point so far, which was great to see. Just so proud to see those numbers go up. When you're used to earning $7 a day and then you have a $37 day, it was definitely nice to see that. And then $20 with Buckaroo, and then down to 8 and 6 and 5, and then back up to starting again 9 and 10, those kind of dips and valleys. September 2021, I was at 72.3 thousand views, 12.6 thousand hours of watch time, 365 subscribers, and an estimated revenue of $380.26. The videos that came out, I finally watched Dune. That had been on my watch list for forever. I knew the new one was coming out, so I wanted to watch the original. That video did really well with 5,000 views. Tron was a Patreon sponsored video, so thank you so much for sponsoring that. And that video gained 3,500 views, which was great. Another classic that I'd been meaning to watch for forever. Ghost Rider still going strong at earning another 3,000 views this month. Killer Clowns from Outer Space, so funny. Probably the only clown movie that I'm not scared of. That one earned me 2,000. Buffy, I was on, finishing up season 2. Part 2 of the finale was 1,800 views. The Mist is still gaining views, which is great. So overall, a pretty average. If we go from even, May, June, July, August, September, it's all around the $300, $400 mark. Views might dip and range a little bit depending on what came out and what was popular, but I feel like those months were pretty even across the board. I knew I had a lot of plans for October, so I was very curious to see what October was. But for September, my average revenue, I think, went up to, instead of being, $7 to $10 a day, I think it went up to 10 to 12, I would gauge. I know some days obviously a little bit more, but I had another $20 day. I had a $19 day. $18. So those started to become more and more frequent, which was great, as opposed to just being like one day a month. Yeah, $13. This day was $23, and then 18. So yeah, definitely great to see those double digit days happening a little bit more often. And now for October 2021, this month I had a pretty ambitious schedule. I knew it was going to be a lot of horror movies, as October, Halloween, like I said, myself included, other than, October was the one time a year I would watch scary movies, which weren't scary at all, but were scary to me. So I knew that was going to be big for horror. So I definitely pushed hard on that content. And I also wanted to stay true to the Buffy fans and the Peaky Blinders fans, which what I was watching at this point. I'd finished Firefly and was on to Peaky Blinders, because I feel like horror might not be for everybody, and they'd been such consistent and great viewers the entire year. I didn't want to just abandon them for a month, and I feel like Buffy kind of falls into horror. Peaky Blinders is probably terrifying in another way, but I definitely went all in on the horror content, and I think in the month of October I published 29 videos. My goal was 31, so I was a few days off, but I'm still so happy with how it turned out, and it was great to watch so many movies that had been on my list for forever. I have my long Excel spreadsheet of all the horror movie suggestions, ones that I've been interested in seeing, and especially because it's the playlist I've had on the channel the most consistently and for the longest amount of time. So it was great to see compared to October of last year and this year, and just how those numbers added up. And I'm so proud of the results from this month, and just really knowing that all that hard work paid off. And it was just so great to, although I was terrified basically nonstop for that month because there was no breaks in between, and I had to watch Hocus Pocus a lot to reset my brain, but it was just a really great month. So in October of 2021, I had 138,000 views, 27,000 hours of watch time, 879 subscribers, which was by far my highest month so far. So thank you so much for subscribing. That's amazing. And my estimated revenue was definitely the highest month of the year, and so far, which was $888.91. So just crazy. It was definitely a lot of videos and a lot of content, but it's just so great to see those numbers. And like I said, there was days where I posted 2 videos because I had Buffy coming out, and then I also had a horror movie coming out that day. I was thinking of maybe doing like a live stream, or watching a horror movie on Halloween and streaming that somehow. I don't know if it would be on YouTube or maybe a different platform, but that's something I'm thinking about doing next year. It would probably be a PG horror movie, to be honest, just because I would want to be focusing on the chat and like interacting with people, and it would probably be something that I've seen already. It wouldn't be something that I'd be watching for the first time. I'd want to save that for a reaction video, but yeah, comment below if that's something you'd like to see. So definitely some big hitters came out in this month, horror classics that had been on my list for a long time, and it was great to finally catch up on some sequels and all the things that had definitely been on the list for a while. And I will try and stick to that same schedule for next year as well, either having a horror movie a day or 7 days of content, and having the days that I don't usually post have a horror movie up. I still try to watch a variety of horror movies. I always try and watch a variety of content. So I watch some older stuff, I watch some newer stuff, I watch some classics. Like I watched The Exorcist, which got 10,000 views, which is crazy. I watched the Stephen King It, the 1990 version, which got 7,000. Christine, another Stephen King one, 6,000. The Mist is still bringing in 5,000 views, which is crazy. Creepshow, I love, was so great, so fun. I love cheesy 80s movies. That was amazing. 4,000. Frankenstein, I finally watched the original Frankenstein, 4,000 views. So I mean, these numbers are, to me, they're crazy. Like, this is so many. When I first started, I would go a month and have 3,000 views the whole month, if that. And to have one video hitting 3,000 views or higher, that's crazy. I finally watched Nosferatu. I got caught up on Child's Play. I know there's more to go, but it was great to finally watch the sequel, and Sleepy Hollow, The Howling, just all of these. And this is just the top 10. Like, if your top 10 is 3,000 views and up, and the highest one is at 10,000, like, just chef's kisses. Like, it's just, it makes me so happy to know that many people are watching and enjoying the content and sharing in your love of movies, whether, you've seen Creepshow 500 times, or whether this is your second time watching it as the reaction video. But just so great to grow that community and to just meet all these new people online, but still interact with them and get to share their love of movies. And even though I'm a huge wuss still, I find like I'm maybe getting a little bit braver now, but definitely some classics in there. I love watching the older stuff, so I try to keep that good variety of horror, even though it's in the same genre. So October had 2 of the highest grossing days that I've had so far, and for the month for sure. I had 2 days where I reached, one where I reached $58.53, and another day where I reached $59.23. So very close together, but that blew like my $37 day out of the water, obviously. So it's crazy to think that $100 or more than $100 came out of those 2 days. But you can see my estimated revenue was up 134%, and RPM was up 22%, and CPM was up 9%, and just crazy days. So I don't even want to take an average from this month because I feel like it's such an anomaly because it's October and it's horror movie crazy, and that's, you know, kind of the focus. Even you can see down here with my monthly revenue compared to July being 400, August 381, September 380, you know, all very comparable, you know, $20 or so difference, and then boom, October 888, and then going down a little bit between October and between November and December. But yeah, it was just such a crazy month and just so amazing to see and kind of gauge expectations and kind of gauge what the results would be. Again, you never know until you put the video out and what the response is going to be. But for it being my first, I don't want to say first real Halloween because I was at October of 2020, I was doing reaction videos, but I feel like it's a whole different level of videos that I have now, and next year there'll probably be something completely different as well because I want to keep growing and learning and making the best videos that I can. So yeah, it's definitely interesting to compare. So compared to October 2020, I wasn't monetized, obviously, so there was $0 earned, but even if I just look at how many subscribers, I had 11,000 views, 856 hours of watch time, 123 subscribers, and the video that was doing well was Nightmare on Elm Street, which I wish I could rewatch for the first time because I really enjoyed that movie, as terrifying as it was, but I feel like the video quality wasn't my best, and I'm glad I watched it, but I wish I could watch it again. Same with Scream. I wish I could watch again. That's what I watched compared to last year, and those even got Nightmare on Elm Street was the highest one and got 4,000 views, but Friday the 13th, you know, got 448. And I feel like if I would have watched it today, those numbers might be a little bit higher. Like I said, a lot of factors in play there, but I wish I would have like rewatched The Candyman for the first time. And I know there's a remake, so I will try and redeem myself watching the remake. Yeah, it's crazy to think of the difference a year makes going from these numbers in October 2020 to October of this year, from 11,000 views to 138,000 views to actually earning revenue compared to $0. So I'm really happy with these numbers, and it'll be interesting to compare Halloween next year as well and see how far things have gone, because I'll have had revenue for this year as well, and we'll be able to see the difference a little bit better. But yeah, just such a great month. I was so happy. November 2021, I definitely expected a dip, especially from the craziness that was October and just being a super, you know, content heavy month. I wasn't doing that in November, so I definitely expected a dip. I was still very happy with the numbers. 90,000 views, 14.9 hours of watch time, 426 subscribers, and $589 in estimated revenue. I know every month can't be like October. I was just trying to brace myself for how far the dip would be, if it would go back down to, you know, what I was at March. But it kind of leveled out somewhere in the middle between October and June, even with June being, you know, $300 and October being 800. So it was definitely nice to see. In November, I watched Rollerball. That was a crazy movie movie for sure that had 2,000 views. Dark City, which was another Patreon sponsored video, thank you for sponsoring that, was 2,000 views as well. The Mist and Ghost Rider are still plugging along with almost the Ghost Rider's at 2,685 views and The Mist is 1,800, but still great considering for how long ago they came out. Like Ghost Rider came out in May and we're now in November and it's still pulling those numbers, which is insane. Village of the Damned I watched, which was great. I was on season 3 of Buffy. House of Wax. I definitely need to watch more Vincent Price films. I know he has a long filmography, but yeah, just a really great month, I feel like, and it was nice to kind of go back to somewhat normal, whatever normal may be. I also did my first YouTube live in November as I had reached 5,000 subscribers, which thank you again so much for all your support. It means so much to me. So I did my first live November 13th of this year, and I will probably do another live when I reach 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, whatever. Comment below whatever milestones you want to see lives for, but it was great to do a live Q&A and just chat with everybody. The video is on my channel if you want to check it out. I think it's almost 2 hours long. We just got talking, and you know, if I get talking about movies, it'll just go on and on for hours. But yeah, that was great to finally do a live Q&A as well. So the revenue for November, like I said, it did go down a bit, but I feel like that's to be expected. I knew October was an anomaly, so November we kind of went back to between $10 to $15 a day, other than this YouTube live where I got $57 through donations and super thanks and super chat and everything from that live. So thank you so much. That really means a lot. Still a really good month. Like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I released the end of October, so I feel like most of the views obviously were in November, which is why it's here. $22 for Texas Chainsaw Massacre. A rollerball was $27. Oh, the live Q&A, I got $37 in donations, and then I believe the other 20 was from views, something like that. Dark City, House of Wax, all doing $20, which was great. Which brings us to December of 2021, which is crazy. I can't believe this year is almost over. And December, I've seen it kind of go back to where it was in June, July, with the estimated revenue of $340. I know December can kind of be a weird month. People are either spending a lot of time with family, doing other things during the holidays, so I wasn't really sure what to expect, and some of the Christmas horror movies I was watching were a bit more obscure. But so far for this month, I have 36,000 views, 9.3 thousand hours of watch time, 242 subscribers, and like I said, the $340 in revenue so far. It's usually a few days behind, and there's still a few days to go, so I'm hoping that we'll get up to 400-ish, but we will see how it goes. My top videos for this month so far: Ghost Rider still going strong at 2,000 views. Peaky Blinders season 1 episode 1. I found Peaky Blinders has definitely been a slow burn, and I know there are lots of other people who've watched it as well, so I feel like that might have something to do with it, just that there's so much of it out there already. I really love the show and I'm enjoying watching it, and I hope season 6 starts by the time I get to it next year. I'm just about to start season 4, but it's great to see a video that I watched in August is still getting views. I think when it first came out, it was around 400 views, and now it's at, in December, it got 1,800, so that's great. Elvira, I loved, just such a fun movie, so great. It's at 1,500 views this month. Another Peaky Blinders. I find the season finale and then the next season opener usually have the most views, especially with Peaky Blinders being such a short series and short show in general. So yeah, it was great to see those, and obviously those weeks would be back to back. Santa Claus Conquers the Martians got 1,000 views. That was a great Buffy episode with Willow coming out of the Wish episode again. So yeah, that one just uploaded a couple days ago, and it's at 1,200 views. Another Buffy episode, Silent Night, Deadly Night. I was waiting for Christmas to watch this one. It had been suggested basically right after I watched the first one. You have to watch the sequel, you have to watch the sequel. So I was very excited to watch that, and that's currently at 968 views. So still a really great month, and I feel like the end of the year year is kind of hard to gauge. People take breaks to set up for January, or, they're spending more time with their family and away from their computer, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I'm really happy with these numbers and just a great way to close out the year. So the average revenue for December went back to, $14, $10, and then it kind of dipped down around Christmas, and $9 and $7. So I'm still really happy with it. I think it's a great way to, like I said, end out the year, and it's been a crazy year altogether, and I'm just so happy with these results. To making $25, in February, to making $800 and almost $900 in October. It's just been such a crazy year. I've learned so much. I've started and finished shows, and I can't wait for the new year to show you what everything else that I have in store and the new playlists that I'm going to bring. So thank you so much for watching. 2021 was a crazy year. I can't wait for 2022. This year, I ended off the year with a total of 756,000 views for the entire year, 129,000 hours of watch time. I gained 5,600 subscribers, and my estimated revenue was $3,819. Just crazy. I had no idea what to expect. It was a great year. I'm just so happy with those. I had 7.3 million minutes of watch time, 19,000 comments. So keep those comments coming. I want to see that again next year. People watching from all over the world, with the US, the UK, Canada, Germany, Australia. Ghost Rider being my most watched video. I would have never guessed. Of all the videos I put out this year, compared to 2020, I uploaded 38 videos. I had 505 subscribers and 3,480 hours of watch time. 2021, I uploaded 222 videos. I had 5,575 subscribers, 126,000 hours of watch time, and 737 views. And it's just crazy to see what a difference a year makes. Obviously, posting a lot more throughout the year and having a full year of uploading content regularly. So just thank you from the bottom of my heart. You've made this year just incredible, and I can't wait for next year and to just grow and learn and just make this channel just amazing, and to just continue to share my love of movies and, learn about your favorite movies and TV shows. And thank you for watching all those bad movies with me, and, supporting my crazy ideas, and having a Nicolas Cage theme playlist, and having bad movies and bad sci-fi movies, and Buffy and Firefly, and of course the horror movies as well. And just thank you so much for always supporting me, and just thank you so much for making this year so memorable. I couldn't imagine my past year without this channel. It's crazy to think of a time before this even existed. It's such a big part of my life now, and I'm so happy to have this platform and to share my love of movies with you. So I hope you have a very happy new year, and thank you so much for sharing and watching and commenting and liking and subscribing, and all those things that you do just really mean so much to me, and I wouldn't be here without you guys. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. And if you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, it's not too late. You can do it. Look at what happened over the course of 1 year. It may seem like a long time, but trust me, it goes by fast. And I can't wait till I can show you the 2022 review, because I feel like it's just going to be so amazing, and I'm so excited for this future of this channel. And again, that wouldn't be without your support and everything you guys do to make this channel great. Comment below and let me know, did you find any of this information exciting, informative? Would you want to see more content like this? Comment below and let me know if you find stats or analytics or revenue or anything like that interesting. I hope it helped in some way. If you're a new YouTuber or have a small channel, maybe these numbers are completely different from yours, but I hope it helped a little bit. So thank you so much for watching, and as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. I will see you next year.